Hello everyone, you're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Contract talks between Ontario education workers, government to involve mediator. Toronto Pearson airport fees are going up next year. This is how it would affect your flights. Absolutely heartbreaking, bodies of slain officers returned to Barrie. Woman carjacked at gunpoint in Markham driveway while young child sat in backseat. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson cheers on the Maple Leafs at home opener. Transit app Rocketman to shut down. Woman seriously injured after being struck by OPP officer in Burlington, SIU investigating.
Those were the headlines, and now let's jump right into the details.
Ontario's Special Investigations Unit is investigating after an Ontario provincial police officer struck an elderly pedestrian in Burlington Friday morning. The SIU said in a release that the collision occurred shortly after 9:30 p.m. near the entrance of Joseph Brant Hospital. A woman was crossing North Shore Boulevard when she was struck by an officer driving an unmarked OPP vehicle. The SIU said the woman was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The cause of the collision is unknown. 6 investigators have been assigned to the case. The SIU, which is called to investigate the conduct of police that may have resulted in death, serious injury, or allegations of sexual assault, is asking anyone with information about the incident to contact investigators at 1-800-787-8529. Police arrested 3 suspects and continue to search for a fourth after a woman was carjacked at gunpoint while a young child sat in the rear of her vehicle. It happened at around 4:30 p.m. on Thursday outside a home near Eldon Street and Henderson Avenue in Markham. Police say that the woman had just parked in her driveway in her Mercedes G-Class SUV when she noticed a silver vehicle pull in behind her. At the time, the woman's young child was still in a rear seat and another young child was playing in the driveway, police say. A male suspect got out of the vehicle and approached her, pointing a gun while yelling and demanding the victim get out of the car, a news release issued on Friday. Police say that the woman's husband came out of the home during the incident and managed to grab the child from the vehicle. The armed suspect then hopped into the vehicle and fled the scene. 3 of the 4 suspects were located a short time later with assistance from the York Regional Police helicopter. Zion Mosiah Lewis, 21, is charged with a number of offenses including robbery with a firearm. 2 youths ages 16 and 17 are also facing charges. They cannot be identified under the terms of the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Hundreds of spectators lined the route of a police procession to Barrie Friday morning for the 2 officers shot dead in Innisfil earlier this week. The bodies of South Simcoe Police Service Constable Morgan Russell, 54, and Constable Devon Northrup, 33, were escorted by several police cruisers from South Simcoe, the Ontario Provincial Police, and York Regional Police. The procession began from the office of the Chief Coroner in Toronto near Highway 401 Keele Street at 9 a.m. Toronto Fire Chief Matthew Pegg, along with several other emergency responders, were at the coroner's office to honor the fallen officers. When something like this happens and when one of us is injured, that impacts us all. Of course, in this case, no one's being impacted more than our colleagues in our police, but there's not a lot that we can do other than to be here, he said. The procession traveled west on Highway 401 and north on Highway 400 to 2 funeral homes in Barrie. Members of the Public and Emergency Services partners lined on a bridge on Highway 89 to view the procession and show their support. On Friday evening, some Toronto police officers will be holding a 5-kilometer run in honor of the fallen officers. Maple Leafs fans were in a surprise at last night's home opener against the Washington Capitals. Mega movie star and former professional wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came to the cheer on Boys in Blue at Scotiabank Arena. "What's up, Toronto?" Johnson screamed in microphone to cheering Leafs fans. Johnson then amped up the crowd by getting them to chant for the team, but many Leafs fans on social media were quick to point out that he got the chant wrong by saying "Let's go Leafs" rather than the traditional "Go Leafs Go." The actor attended an intense game with Leafs beating the Capitals 3-2 after Austin Matthews scored the winner in the 3rd period. Johnson is in the city to promote his new movie Black Adam, based on the DC Comics character of the same name. The movie is a spin-off from the superhero film Shazam and tells the story of a Black Adam who is freed from the tomb nearly 5,000 years after he was given supreme Egyptian powers and subsequently imprisoned. Johnson attended a red carpet for the film Thursday night at Cineplex, the Rec Room in Toronto, and told CP24 there was some pressure to portray the popular comic character. The pressure was, number one, making sure that we paid real attention and respect to the mythology of Black Adam because you want to make it right, Johnson said. Studios stayed away from him because he's intense, he's brutal, he's ruthless, and he's full of rage and he's violent. But I felt if you tell the story right, there's a lot of people around the world who could see themselves a little bit in a Black Adam, he added. Black Adam comes out in theaters on October 21st.
Dwayne Johnson is in the building, and he's a Leaf fan, baby. What's up, Toronto? Yeah.
The popular transit app Rocket Man, which provides Toronto commuters with real-time arrival data and service alerts, will be shutting down next month. In a statement on its website, the team said the decision comes after 4 years of providing commuters peace of mind. We have built a strong community of Canadians going from A to B and are incredibly proud of the value we have delivered. The statement says we have sadly had to make the difficult decision to shut down the Rocketman app and its services on November 17, 2022. Thank you for the years of feedback and your trust. The team has had an unbelievable amount of fun building enhancements to make commuting easier and more enjoyable. No information has provided regarding why Rocketman would be shutting down, but in a pop-up notice within the app, they say the team is sad to say goodbye. The app was widely used in Toronto to determine when buses, streetcars, and subway trains would be arriving. It also provided reports on how busy or crowded each vehicle was. The Rocketman team provided 3 other options for the transit users: Transit, Move It, or Google Maps. Toronto Pearson International Airport travelers might want to prepare themselves for slightly more expensive flights next year. Starting January 1st, 2023, Pearson's aeronautical rates and airport improvement fee (AIF) will increase, which would impact the cost of your flight ticket. AIFs are used to help pay off some of the debts from redevelopment projects throughout Pearson. The AIF for departing passengers will increase by $5 to a new total of $35, while the fee for connecting passengers is going up by $1 for a new total of $7. The connecting fee applies to flights with falling trip jets off less than 4 hours after arrival at the airport. Meanwhile, aeronautical rates for commercial, business, and general aviation aircraft will rise by 4%. This particular fee assists with operational costs and is charged directly to the airlines for flying aircraft with the airport. Given the well-publicized challenges across the globe relating to aviation's restart over the summer, ensuring a smooth passenger experience at Toronto Pearson, the country's largest airport and a major driver of regional and national economies, is absolutely essential to signaling to the world that Canada is open for business and tourism. A spokesperson for the Greater Toronto Airports Authority (GTAA) told CTV News Toronto in a written statement. Peter Fitzpatrick, a spokesperson for Air Canada, told CTV News Toronto while they understand why the GTAA's decision to increase its AIF, this decision will impact the cost of travel. However, one cannot draw a straight line between the cost of one input and fares as many factors continually affect ticket prices. Fitzpatrick said this includes market conditions, competition, fuel, and other costs, and of course airport fees. For these and other reasons, we always say ticket prices are dynamic and continually change up and down. WestJet feels differently about the increased rates. We are disappointed that the GTAA has announced further rate increases despite achieving profitability in the last quarter, Morgan Bell, a spokesperson for WestJet, told CTV News Toronto. In comparison to other airports across Canada, however, Pearson's rates are in line with what others are currently charging.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.